welcome to the Balancing Act Los Angeles edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On this episode of The Balancing Act, choosing the right education for your child. Employment Law Services, a program to help empower urban youth to become lifelong environmental stewards. Plus lots more, today on The Balancing Act.
Every child deserves the best education possible. Watch this.
The right education can make a huge difference in a child's life, but choosing the right educational environment isn't an easy task for parents. From values to standards to sports, there's a lot of factors to consider.
The primary difference between public schools and Orange County Catholic schools are that this sense of community that really bonds our families, bonds our students, our teachers. It really transcends not only community, but communion with one another. Our schools consistently outperform their public school counterparts in academic areas. Our opportunity to connect to our communities is to serve those who are less fortunate than us, and we want to instill those values of service to our children.
With over 35 Catholic schools in the Orange County area to choose from, the Diocese of Orange is among the largest and most diverse communities. Each school has proven themselves to be the best choice for children of all faiths to succeed and grow.
One of the things that we're really proud about are the variety of programs that are offered both in the curriculum and co-curricular activities. Our programs are part of the development of the whole child. We accept families from all different faith traditions, and we support them in growing to be the person that God calls them to be. What we aim to do is to form and to graduate young people who have a strong moral compass, rooted in values and rooted in ethics, so that they can make good decisions when they leave our schools.
A strong sense of community is vital to the success of their graduates. That's why students and their parents are heavily involved.
We view parents as the primary educators of their children, and we are there to partner with them. This extends not only to the educational sense, but also to parents really being a vital part of the community. One of the pillars of our mission is acts of service. These acts of service span from creating Christmas cards for elderly patients or volunteering at a food bank or at a homeless shelter. These acts of service really connect our students to be the hands of Christ in their communities. We have a variety of programs available at Orange County Catholic Schools. We have an excellent athletic program. We have wonderful programs in both the visual and performing arts. We have robotics and STEM and engineering.
Being an educator in Orange County Catholic Schools is actually very empowering. We can choose activities and experiences that are effective for students and also make learning fun. The learning that we're doing in our classrooms every day is going to prepare students for a bright future. Parents love sending their children to Orange County Catholic Schools because they can see and feel the difference. The classroom experience in our Catholic schools is a continuation of the values that we know they're teaching at home.
Years of success have proven that the Diocese of Orange has created a school system that fosters growth in and out of the classroom.
We have 3 children that go to Orange County Catholic Schools. We chose it because of the tight-knit community and because of the faith-based learning.
Our school provides many volunteer opportunities. Through these volunteer opportunities, we've made lifelong friends.
We have a child that went through 11 years of Catholic school, and she continues to be in Catholic high school, and we really believe that she's able to excel both in faith and in her education because of that.
The teachers here are just amazing people who have not only helped me achieve my academic goals, but my personal goals as well. My favorite class here has to be math because of just the academic rigor and my wonderful teacher, Ms. Piggott. School has also really prepared me for the next chapter in life.
Orange County Catholic Schools empower students to achieve their full potential and contribute meaningfully to society.
Our graduates are making a positive change in our world, and they are leading with integrity, they are leading with values, and they are making a difference.
We value the partnership that we as parents have with our school administration, the teachers, the staff. Together we can educate our students, not only academically, but socially and spiritually.
To learn more about high-quality education options in Orange County, visit their website, occatholicschools.org, or you can see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Up next, what to consider when you require legal services.
The workforce is ever evolving, and workplaces must keep up. Remote jobs are disappearing, and employers are requiring employees to return to the office. But with less training than ever and more technical skills required, many are being left unprepared for new roles.
The workplace is always going through a lot of change, and right now is no exception. One trend I have seen is gender discrimination. I think that women are understanding with some of the pay transparency that we're seeing how much less they're being paid than their male counterparts for doing the same job. The second one that we're seeing is an uptick in retaliation. I think as employees are feeling more emboldened to speak out to their employers, we're seeing the backlash by the employer of retaliation. We know that we've been working remotely and now employees are returning to work. We know that the laws are now requiring employers to provide more transparency in pay so that it's easier for employees to understand if they're being paid fairly. There's also the issue of technology and how people are going to keep up with technology and how that's going to shape our world.
At Abrolat Law, fighting for your rights is more than a job. It's a mission. With top-tier legal strategies and tenacious persistence, their team is committed to delivering results that make a difference.
I chose to go into employment law because it impacts all of us. I work with my clients and educate them about their rights. I empower them to stand up, and we work together to hold their employer accountable and to change that workforce if we can, so the next employee doesn't go through what my client went through. We handle all aspects of employment litigation, sexual harassment, discrimination, retaliation, whistleblower cases, as well as wage and hour. We like to talk carefully to the client about what their goals are. We then use my defense background to create the best strategy to make sure that we can achieve that goal for that client.
People do not reach out to law firms or attorneys. They feel like there's a problem, but maybe they're not sure. But the key thing is that if you feel like there's a problem, you should seek legal advice. It does not mean that you're hiring an attorney or you're filing a lawsuit. It just means that you are becoming aware and being knowledgeable of what exactly is going on. And the best thing is to get all your questions answered and understand what your options are. For us, making a difference isn't just about winning cases. It's about empowering clients to reclaim their lives and creating better workplaces for the future.
I've been working with Abrolat Law for the past couple of years on a workplace violence related case. I did not feel that I had the support or the means to be able to carry this myself, but Nancy and her team had helped navigate through this with me along the way to make sure that I can get through it and continue to get the support that I need.
I was looking for someone who's going to be sensitive, someone who's going to represent me in a way that I need to be represented, someone who could walk me through this process and hopefully succeed. I chose Abrolat Law because when I initially spoke with her, she seemed like she was very concerned, and in fact, she represented me on 2 cases, and both were very successful. Both were really challenging, really emotional, life-changing, so I would definitely recommend her, and I have.
What I was looking for was to set the record straight. My reputation as a professional and as a person has been attacked and tarnished. I wanted representation to prevent this from happening to anybody else ever.
Abrolat Law believes education is the key to change. By empowering clients and the public with knowledge, they ensure rights are understood, protected, and upheld, because everyone deserves to be judged on their merits, not stereotypes or misconceptions.
If you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, the number one thing I would recommend is to go and start talking to some attorneys. The 2 things that I think would be very important in finding the attorney that's right for you is, first, that they know what they're doing, that they're competent and they're good at it. It's also important that you have an attorney that you feel comfortable with, somebody that you trust. I spend time talking to my clients about what that litigation would look like and what the steps would be, so they have a fuller understanding of whether they want to go forward with it. I give them examples of what have happened to other clients, to also give them an idea.
Abrolat Law's had my back 100% from start to finish.
They listened, they paid attention, they asked questions. They made me feel like I mattered.
To learn more about employment law and your rights, visit Abrolat Law's website at employlawla.com. Or you can watch this segment again at thebalancingact.com.
Education is always evolving. Let's see some of the innovations that are helping our kids learn better.
Across the country, schools face a growing gap regarding science education between what they can offer and what the future demands. For many high schools, access to modern resources and cutting-edge programs remains a challenge.
Science careers at public schools is not in the radar of some students because there is a lack of resources. It's a problem with funding. It's a problem with good mentors and role models that have the time and the space to also navigate the social emotional space of the student and generate authentic motivation. If we want to look at this from the angle of the students themselves, I think we need to pay more attention to them and to their well-being as the starting point to develop the interest in science careers.
Meet the program that's changing the game. Founded over 25 years ago, Earth Team, the missing link in STEM, is committed to empowering the next generation by offering quality service learning projects.
So Earth Team was born on Earth Day 1984 to support teachers and students, to build a program that could introduce some hands-on, more fun, more of the elements that were lacking at the time in the high schools and are still lacking today. We decided 12 years ago to actually develop a single focus program, the internship program. So now we are only serving 100, 150 students per year with the goal of providing them the highest quality experience in informal STEM learning. We are paying the internship because we want to create a work-based learn experience. So it not only helps them bring some income to the family, but also they don't have to go and get a restaurant job and they can invest in their own personal growth.
I was looking for environmental education opportunities, and specifically I love working outdoors, and I wanted to really make an impact with students, and I found Earth Team online, and I saw that they had a really close-knit group. Working with your students, you have a really close bond with your team, and that's how I was able to find it and reach out. I am responsible at Earth Team for leading 2 of our schools down in Alameda County, so I am a program coordinator. I design the curriculum, I plan all of our lessons, lead our lessons, and I mentor our students. My students are my top priority, and I want to be there for them in any capacity that they need me. Part of being a program coordinator not only means that you're coordinating with the teachers and the students, but I'm also coordinating with our community partners and the districts as well. Some of our biggest grants this year are working with restoration, specifically habitat restoration for monarch butterflies. This is a really important spot for them, and so my students and I, we head out into the field. We head to creeks, local marshes, areas where these butterflies are found, and we do restoration activities. So we remove invasive species, we plant milkweeds and other healthy native plants, we remove litter, and overall we just beautify these communities and we make it a really healthy habitat, not just for the butterflies and for all of the animals living there, but for students as well.
There's always challenges. I think the biggest thing is just that we're working with high school students. They're at a very difficult juncture of their lives. They're starting to be asked a lot of questions that they may not necessarily have the answers to. There's a lot of uncertainty, and then there's also, they see things in the news all the time. There's just a lot of anxiety. So we're really working with students to try to structure the chaos and give them a positive vision for how they can impact the world around them. I love Earth Team so much. I love what we do. I think the thing I love the most about it is that we have 2 really important components that we're able to combine together. So one of them is the environmental science education. We're able to work with these students, give them really comprehensive, high-quality environmental science lessons after school. And then the other piece is taking them outdoors. So getting to combine those 2 pieces together to me is the coolest part of what we do. I have two primary responsibilities. First of all, I am in charge of planning and executing our outdoor trips. Also, as the program director, I serve as a support for all of our staff. I think the thing that I believe is most valuable about what we do is our outdoor trips, whether it's going out on a hiking trip in a place that they wouldn't have otherwise visited, or doing an extended 5 to 7 night backpacking trip where they're really immersed in the wilderness. Those are the types of experiences that I think can really make a difference in our students' lives. It can really change their perspective.
My favorite project actually is our watershed restoration at Wildcat Creek that runs through the East Bay. We started off my first year planting native species in the waterbed to prevent erosion. And now the past couple years we've just been maintaining it and we've been making sure that it's litter free. I do like my mentors. I've had a couple different ones throughout the 3 years I've been here. The communication is great, we get to talk, they reach out about opportunities. There's always something to do when you ask them. There's always somewhere where you can be a leader. I actually brought a lot of students to Earth Team this year just because of how much a fun time it's been. It's my last year in Earth Team, so I wanted to make sure that I left behind more students to continue the program. That's important to me because, you always want to create that kind of legacy of a program. It's a great resource in itself, and to keep people going in there and keep contributing, it will grow bigger and it'll have more impact.
I've learned how to identify native and non-native plants. I've also learned about Native American grounds here in California, and I really enjoyed that lesson. My favorite project definitely has to be our Martin Luther King service days. It's just a nice opportunity to get out to the community, do some outreach, as well as plant some trees, do some weeding, help the earth, basically.
I'm very passionate about helping the environment, and I think it's something that we really need to do, and our generation really needs to take up that responsibility. And Earth Team just seemed like an opportunity to be able to do that. So I really like the kind of hands-on experiences where we, remove invasive plants, plant native plants, that kind of stuff, where we get to do the physical aspect of it, because you don't really get to do that in a classroom. In today's society where you're kind of online all the time and all your schoolwork is online or on paper, and you kind of have to go somewhere to get into nature. It's nice to have a reason to do that. I would definitely recommend Earth Team to people. I have recommended Earth Team to people because it's just really fun and a great space to learn about the environment, help the environment, socialize. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be back for a 4th year because it's just great opportunities.
From hands-on experiments to partnerships with industry leaders, this program connects students to the real world of science.
The Earth Team internship is ideal for this 11th period, this after-school space, because what we do is outside the realm of what students are expected to do in the classroom. In the classroom, students learn and answer questions and get graded on that performance. But with Earth Team, we try to take their curiosity, their experience, and instead of grading them upon it, fostering this professionalism, this experience, and skills that they will take beyond the classroom, beyond Earth Team, and instill into their communities and their own lives.
The students at high school age, we all know they struggle. And for them, this program makes a whole difference in their lives. We need support to make this program grow and to be available to more and more students that are struggling in our high school system right now. That's my dream, is to offer that to all the students with no barriers to access. Just come, you're welcome, we're gonna help you out.
To learn more about Earth Team and how you can help support their work, visit the earthteam.net site or see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Here's some ideas worth sharing.
Whether it's a quiet evening with a loved one, a lively dinner with friends, or a moment to celebrate life's special milestones, wine has the magical ability to uncork joy and elevate every occasion.
What we try to do here is make wine as approachable as possible. It's meant for celebration, enjoying life. People are afraid to ask questions about wine, so we try to have that attitude of like, no, ask us. I feel that we have the best and the most knowledgeable staff west of the Mississippi, if not in the nation. So Yeah, it's a joy. The best thing about running this wine shop is the amazing team that I have, my colleagues. I get to be there for my clients during their special occasions and make their special occasions a little better by putting a great bottle of wine on their table.
The Wine House has been a Los Angeles staple for over 50 years and are proud to offer a vast selection of over 7,000 domestic and imported wines, spirits, and beers. In fact, their selection is one of the largest and well-curated in the country.
The Wine House has been here for about 50 years now. My father, Bill Knight, started it. My brother Glenn and myself, we now run it. And most of our staff here is seasoned veterans as well, and been here for anywhere from 5 to 20 years. The biggest thing that separates us from other wine retail stores is we have in-store tastings, and we have like over 100 different selections of wines, basically wine parties, educational seminars as well. So whether you just want to be able to taste a bunch of wine or you want to get geeky about it, we do all that.
We meet with vendors and distributors and suppliers. We have a tasting area upstairs behind our offices. We go through and we taste 50 to 75 wines a week. What I like and what the consumer likes are two different things. So I always try to think on their minds, are these wines going to be approachable enough for the clients that we have? There's obviously the staples that people enjoy, but there's always nice to consumers that come back every 3 weeks, they want to see something new or try something new.
Not sure of which wine to choose? Don't worry. Everyone at the Wine House has Wine, Spirit, and Education Trust certifications and are excited to help you find a new favorite rosé, Cabernet, or whatever strikes your fancy.
We're one of 2, I believe, in California that are certified to teach this wine certification program called WSET. And those are held here on site. We have these huge wine events. It could be a Cabernet tasting, a champagne tasting, but we also do winemaker dinners as well. So you'll pair the wines with food. Personally, my opinion, great wine and great food go together hands down. But if you want to get more particular about what wines go with what foods, we do that as well in our dinners.
We were very excited. We brought in these machines that allows you to taste while you're buying. They're called enomatic machines. It's almost like a vending machine of wine. You put the little cart in, there's a little spigot that comes out, you put the glass underneath it, you push the little button, it's a 1 ounce pour or 2 ounce pour or 3 ounce pour. Out comes the wine, out of the machine, then it re-aerates the wine so the wine stays fresh for over a month. You taste the wines, 24 different selections. We have 3 different red sections, and then we have a whole white section and rosé as well, so you can try different wines. We always feel holidays are the time when people come together. You want to have a nice Pinot Noir or a Riesling with a turkey dish, or maybe you're going with ham and you want to do Pinot Noir and a white Burgundy. We always lead with the client and ask what they're having for their holiday celebration, and then we try to match those wines with it for them. And what we are always excited about is bringing family and friends together and enjoying a nice glass of wine.
The right wine or spirit has the power to enhance every moment. The Wine House is honored to help you make the right selection.
We have a large selection of gins, vodkas, bourbons, ryes, cognacs, armagnacs, and then on top of that, we have a huge selection of microbrews and killer beers from around the world, Germans, Belgians. Finally, we also have cheeses, cured meats, crackers, chocolates, but everything you want in a fun experience on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So we're always trying to find new ways to differentiate ourselves and to build customer loyalty. And I feel we have done that and are continuing to do that, and that's what's keeping us on top.
To learn more about the Wine House, visit winehouse.com or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Thanks for joining us on The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.